In the near future, the root of David, God himself, who goes by the name of Elias or Elijah, is going to direct Christ, his angel son, to create an anointing oil by using over 6 pounds of wheat. His son goes by the name of Moses, Solomon, Ezra, Esdras, Joseph, Josedek, just to name a few. So let's read. In Exodus 30:23, God directed Moses to make holy oil composed of myrrh, sweet cinnamon, Kaneh-Bosem, and it's supposed to be 250 shekels worth of Kaneh-Bosem. And Kaneh-Bosem is cannabis, and it shall be a holy anointing oil. Therefore, he needs 250 shekels worth, which equals to over 6 pounds and a quarter worth of weed. Now, who needs that? Moses. And he brought out of him a merciful man, which found favor in the sight of all flesh, even Moses, beloved of God and men. So who did that? Abraham. So Abraham was a great father of many people, and glory was there none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High. Therefore he was able to give the laws to Moses. Why? Because he's God himself. So he was in covenant with the Most High. He established the covenant in his flesh. Therefore Abraham is God. So Isaac did he establish likewise. Therefore Isaac is God, which will make Jacob God. So let's read. Jacob is the root of David. So Jacob onto Jacob, and out of him a root onto David. In other words, Jacob is David, who goes by the name of Elias. So through Elias, you will get the word of the Lord. So he shut up the heavens. You get it? Elias did it. Why? Because he's God himself. Who may glory like unto thee? Who didst raise up a dead man from death? In other words, the Most High himself. So all except David and Ezekiel and Josias were defective, for they forsook the law of the Most High. Even the kings of Judah failed. Why? Because they were with foreign women, worshiping foreign gods. So was Jesus, the son of Josedek. So Jesus, the son of Christ, was also guilty of being with foreign women. So neither was there a man born like unto Joseph, whose bones were regarded of the Lord. Why? Because Joseph is Moses. And he brought out of him a merciful man, which found favor in the sight of all flesh, even Moses, beloved of God and men. So Moses goes by the name of Solomon. So Solomon reigned during an era of peace, for God made tranquil all his borders. And Solomon is the king of Gishon. In other words, he will become the king of Ethiopia. Hence, Solomonic dynasty. So he built a house to the name of the Lord and established a lasting sanctuary. In other words, it's supposed to happen at the end of times for it to be everlasting. How wise you were when you were young, overflowing with instruction like the Nile in flood. Your understanding covered the whole earth, and like a sea, filled it with knowledge. Why? Because he's supposed to be here in the time of knowledge when everybody could see. In other words, the whole world could see him.
So you believe in Muhammad to be the last prophet? Yeah? Yes. Last messenger. Yeah. Can you please read this for me? Surah 10, Ayah 47.
Surah 10, Ayah, where's the one?
Here.
Alright. And for every nation there's a messenger, and when the messenger comes, it will be judged between them.
When, in other words, in the future. It didn't happen in the past.
Fairly, and they're not wrong. Yeah?
Yeah. So what is the tense here? When the messenger comes, what is the tense used there? It's a past tense?
When every nation there is a messenger, when the messenger comes, tense as in, what do you mean?
What is the tense? Is that in the past tense or future tense?
For every nation there's a messenger. When the messenger comes,
Or in the present tense that comes? When is this going to happen?
it's already, some messengers came, and the last one was Muhammad, yeah?
No. The last one you think is Muhammad.
Yeah.
But the Islamic Allah thinks there are going to be, at the time of this writing, there will be messengers in the future.
In other words, Moses, the Messiah, is supposed to be here during these times of revelation.
Notice here, when we had a simple question, how is Jesus a Muslim? What he did was he went to the Bible. He went to the Bible where Jesus says, Father, let your will be done, not my will. He said this shows he's a Muslim. So I said, okay, is Allah a father?
Allah was never born to be anyone's father. He was just a made-up character by writers.
I can't get an answer right now because he knows once he answers this, he's cooked. So
Because Allah doesn't have a birth date or a birthday for him to be alive.
Well, you see, I don't want to read from the Bible as the Bible has been corrupted over time.
Can you show me where the Quran says
Yeah.
the Bible is corrupted?
Basically, the Bible has been like written by people, right?
Who wrote down the Quran for your prophet?
Allah did.
You mean Allah came down and took a pen and wrote it in the Mus'haf? The Arabic Quran you're reading, Allah wrote it for you personally? He hand copied it?
People have wrote it.
Say it again?
People have wrote it, but
Thank you. People wrote down the Quran for your prophet that you believe received it from Allah. So if your problem is that the Bible was written down by people, your Quran was written down by people. So that means you shouldn't trust your Quran according to your logic.
no, we should trust it because
Why?
you see, the Quran wasn't like originally my bad, like written by the people. It first of all, God sent it down. He gave it to Gabriel, and Gabriel sent it down to the prophet.
And what did the prophet do with it when he received it?
He put it into a book. He made a book.
But your prophet is Ummi, he can't read or write, so who wrote it for him? Do you want me to give you the names? I'll tell you. He had scribes. Abdullah ibn Masud,
So Muhammad can't read or write, and Allah doesn't have a birth date. In other words, these men wrote it. A story of that.
Ubay bin Ka'b, Zayd ibn Thabit, Muawiyah ibn Abu Sufyan, among others. There were men, human scribes, that your prophet had to write down the Quran for him.
Yeah.
And what did Uthman do with all those Qurans that
He made them
Muhammad
into a book.
Sahaba? What did he do? What did Uthman do with those Qurans?
He made them into a book.
He burned them.
Hello. Wake up. Follow Jah, not man. Jah guy.
T-I-M-E, E-M-I-T, T-I-D-D, E-D-I-T, edit.